No.
Gary, you hear about this? The Boy Scouts?
No.
Okay. Might not surprise
scandal,
you.
right?
Yeah, well, apparently, after further checking, there were some secret files that have been hid for years, since the 40s.
Wow.
That hid sex abuse allegations. Files kept by the Boy Scouts of America reveal that the organization's leaders may have helped hundreds of thousands of suspected molesters cover their tracks. And by just keeping these allegations away from the parents, the authority, and the public in general, staff were apparently allowed, volunteers and staff were allowed to voluntarily resign to spare their reputation whenever these allegations came up.
Okay.
So apparently this has finally been released. Some files were found, and the Scouts, of course, declined to be interviewed. When asked to be interviewed by the Times, they declined an interview, and I guess they're going to do some damage control before any of them speak up to the press. And
I see.
But these are all these records are part of the Scouts' ineligible volunteer files, which is a confidential list of alleged molesters kept by the organization. Actually, since 1919, 1940s was, I think, when it came out the first time,
So
or one of the early times it came out.
Almost a century. Wow.
Yeah, 1919, and basically these files had shown that these tips were anonymous, of course, naturally.
Okay.
When people would report these apparent molestations, of course, they wouldn't leave their names. So so yeah, there's something for the Boy Scouts they have to work on. But think about it. It never fails. You put men, grown men, in a position where it only involves boys and no girls, i.e. the Catholic Church, the way the church thing has been.
Okay.
The Boy Scouts, there's been past allegations about this happening at sporting event, within locker rooms of sports games.
Well, yes,
with
during
the coaches, and
Jerry Sandusky and the thing in Penn State.
But, and again, I'm gonna crack down on the guys here. You don't really ever hear this happening much with women, do you?
Well, yeah.
Is
but
something going to come out from the Brownies or the Girl Scouts?
Well, not necessarily the Brownies, Girl Scouts, but they happen. I'll just say they're a lot more covert. They're a lot better
so
than
you think women are a little more sly?
Oh yeah,
smarter.
I'll just sneakier.
Women, come on down to roast it if you got a problem. Come on, join us.
Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Oprah. There's been allegations.
Get mad at Oprah.
Yeah. Yes, I said it. Yes, I
blame it on Oprah.
Because remember last
year. Boo. Blame on Oprah. Honey Boo Boo. See, we can always segue into Honey Boo Boo.
How about this?
But anyway,
but there have been allegations of child molestation at Oprah's all-girls school in Africa.
Oh, you're right. I forgot all about that.
Yes.
I forgot about that. Good return, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good return.
Thank you.
But, of course, again, you're bringing up out of country. Let's stay in country. Boy Scouts. Penn State. Boot camps. Gary throws in. All brand. Is it something? Are guys just grown men just idiots? And just can't control their hormones, and what is it?
Well, I wouldn't.
What is it?
I would probably say that if there was no such book as 50 Shades of Grey existed in bookstores,
I have not
Barnes
read
and
that
Nobles.
book.
Fergie says female students, female teachers with male students.
Ah, yes,
So it's not
you're right. You're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
Yes.
But Fergie, thanks for chiming in with that.
Thank you, Fergie. Thank you.
But are we talking apples and oranges? Because in the case of these students and these teachers, they're both willing participants, correct? In the case of the Boy Scouts and these Catholic boys, are these other people reciprocating? Do they really want this? You know what I mean? Or is it being forced upon them, i.e. rape? That's another question, too. I've seen some of these teachers now. And I don't think these little students are... I don't think they're too upset about it, not to say it's okay, but you know what I mean?
So in other words, if the teacher looked like, say, the late Phyllis Diller,
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
So you should just go and just press charges like a mother.
No,
like
I'm not saying that at all. What's
I'm
good
just
for the
saying
goose
we're
is
both
good for
men
the gander.
and women.
But
Men and women are just equally dirty. I just think that some just able to
Right.
get away with it better.
Hey, we started the show with Prince, Purple Rain. We can end it with Dirty Minds. But we'll worry about that later.
All right.
But anyway, Boy Scouts.
Okay.
I mean, again, and we don't know what was going on. We don't know if everybody was a willing participant, so to speak. It's kind
Exactly.
of creepy anyway, because you're talking about what age range here? Anywhere from
Basically from
8 to 18,
Well, if they
19. Well, you become an Eagle Scout at 19, 18?
well, you have to do it before your 18th birthday.
You have to do, okay.
Before
Bryant's
18th
sitting in
birthday.
here, customer right now. He's going to be on a little later to talk about some stuff he has a
Yeah.
problem with.
So between
But Bryant, says you have
usually
to.
between 11 and 17, around that age range.
Right.
Unless you're talking about Cub Scouts, because that's
Right.
like they start as early as 7. Some
All right, so you're right, Fergie.
Yeah.
You're right, because these boys in school, they're underage. They're in that 15, 16, 17 age range, I guess, too. But there was that one case. I don't remember her name. Remember, she went to jail, got out, and then they ended up getting married. They stayed in touch. They were in love. I don't know. I don't remember. Was it Mary Kay Letourneau or somebody?
Yeah, Mary Kay Letourneau.
She ended up marrying the student. I mean, I think there was some true love there. I don't know. But
really?
yeah, I mean, again, I'm saying, is this forced upon? This whole Paterno thing, was this forced upon them? Was it willing participants?
But the
I don't
thing is,
know.
see, the only reason why I think the only thing is appeased as because it's cool to have Cougars and Cubs getting with each other.
You're right.
Let's talk
Again,
about that.
and again,
That 50 Shades of Grey.
again. Well,
Okay.
see, I haven't read that book or
Well,
the sequels. Have you?
Well,
I've got
no,
some friends and family
heard
that
of
have
it.
read those books, but I haven't read them. But I do know this. I found out from a friend of mine who works in the library, James, if you're listening, watching, hey, he told me they actually, he had requests from people to get those books in the special sections of the library, meaning for the blind.
Wow. So
Yes.
have 50 Shades of Grey in Braille?
Apparently so. They are working on a section of the library where they will have those books available to the blind and the handicapped. So, and of course, what I responded to him. I responded to him when he had announced this. He had a few people reply to it on his page, and I responded. I responded something to the effect of, "Don't they know? Don't they know that doing stuff like that will make them go blind? Oh, wait a minute. They must want to reread it." But anyway, I'm here all day. But
Work on your timing again.
yeah, we already told that. Yes, but you're the comedian, not me. You're the guy. You're supposed to be telling these jokes.
Isn't that kind of redundant?
What? What?
Well, I mean,
blind
what you
and an erotic novel.
Yeah. I mean, and then
You know what I'm getting at when I'm saying.
Yeah, but the thing
come on,
is, but say okay, it's in Braille, so that means they can't see it, but they just get sensed by the finger. So
maybe it's audio, Mr. Voiceover Master.
Audio.
I mean, for blind people they can hear. Why don't they just start doing audio books?
True.
I mean, you can learn a Braille, but I don't know.
because if you have it in Braille, but it's still going to be. I mean, those bumps, those Braille textures are going to get really, really, really worn out. After. Or
repeat reading.
Yeah, repeat reading.
Reading, right? Right.
He massaged her shoulders as they. I mean.
Derrick's read it. Come on, Derrick. Are you waiting for them to make that into a movie? You waiting for them to make that into a movie? They might use George.
What if they?
Yeah.
And what if those pages get stuck together? I mean, you don't know. You never know.
His timing's a little better. Gary.
The voice as you read something is always different than the voice as.
Oh, of course.
As the
I mean, who?
reading the audiobook.
Yeah, who would they get? Would they get like Catherine Deneuve to read it, or Helen Mirren, or some sexy voice? Or,
Helen. Well, yeah, I can see Helen Mirren.
I mean, who would they get? Who would they get to read it?
Jenna Jameson.
He caressed my inner thigh. Jenna Jameson. As long as they don't get what's that one woman on Saturday Night Live with that really annoying voice?
Which one?
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler.
Don't get somebody like her. I mean, you guys remember Carol Channing, right? We're old enough to remember.
Oh,
Carol.
yeah.
Remember her voice? Imagine her. He touched my fly. That would be horrible. You get Carol Channing to read that book. Anyway. Yes, I like it. His smooth lips caress my back.
was gonna say
Yeah, or Gilda Radner.
I watched
Yeah.
that.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Gilda
yes.
Radner, maybe. Yeah. Rosanna, Dana.
Yes.
Okay, so, what we got?